I am so happy to welcome back David Essel, a master life coach, author, and inspirational speaker. Back to the blend this morning for Motivational Wednesday. Great to see you again.
Oh, Stephanie, thank you.
Today we're talking love and relationships. And this is, I think, a million-dollar question in a lot of relationships. A lot of people want to know, can men and women be friends with the opposite sex?
Nope.
Nope.
But we can talk about something else today.
Okay. It's all done. All right, everyone can go home now.
That's right. We can all go home. All right. Oh, my gosh. Yes. Yes, we can. Men and women can be great friends. You know, there's so many cool benefits about it, Stephanie, and there's so many articles. Like if people were to Google the internet right now, if they were to go on, can men and women of the opposite sex,
yes,
can men and women be friends? You'll see so many articles that say absolutely not.
Yeah.
You're walking on, you know.
A lot of different opinions out there when it comes to it. Yeah.
But you know that we have the correct answer here.
Absolutely. So you say yes, and why? Why do you say yes? You know, you said great benefits. How can we really benefit from being friends with one another?
Well, from a male perspective, you know, a guy will talk to a woman about things that he won't necessarily bring up to his buddy friends because they're too sensitive, you know, they're too vulnerable,
so
right?
Funny.
It is, but he knows that most women are sensitive and vulnerable, and they will listen.
Us women are so understanding.
Oh, you guys rock as a part of the human race, absolutely. You know, but it's so different. So, and I was mentioning to you off air, you know, in the female friends that I have, I shift gears. Like with guy friends, a lot of time I'm very aggressive and assertive in a good way, you know, like, yeah, well, you know, who do you think is going to win the series? And, you know, we're all like, you know, very, very testosterone driven. But when I'm interacting with my female friends, it's very different. It's softer. We talk about things that I don't necessarily bring up with guys. And that's the greatest benefit for men having friends that are women.
And you say women actually relax when they're talking to men. And it is funny because we were talking about this and I'm saying, well, when I talk to my guy friends, they're so understanding. And then you look over at your husband and you're like, well, why isn't he this understanding?
I know. Well, you know what? Our partners kind of have this protective mode around us. They want to make sure we don't fail, we don't get hurt, we don't lose. Where guys outside of your marriage are going, yeah, rock with it. Why don't you just give it a shot? You only live once type of a thing.
Yes. Help you live on the edge a little bit more. Now, I do question that, too, because can sometimes being so friendly like that create some type of tension?
Yeah.
You know, because if I'm constantly thinking, hey, this person is so understanding and they just get me, can that kind of quickly turn to something more?
Yeah.
You kind of have to watch out for that.
You really do. And the way I'm going to tell you watch out for it is a way that people rarely do it, but it absolutely works. And that the minute you feel some type of sexual tension, or like a guy is paying a little bit too much attention, or maybe drops a note off from work for you, or a woman does that with me, you know, does something just a little above and beyond board, we have to be lovingly able to say, hey, thank you for the note, but you know that I'm married.
Yes.
And that's something that we just can't do. If you want to be my friend and don't do that anymore, we can still be friends. Like, you have to nip it in the bud, because there is sexual tension between a lot of men and women who start out as friends. So if you're willing to be open and honest with that person, if they start to cross the line, then you might still be able to be friends. The other thing, and this is really important, Stephanie, I always tell, if you're in a serious relationship, you would never meet a member of the opposite sex who's just a friend for alcohol.
Right.
You wouldn't meet them for drinks. You wouldn't meet them for a movie. You wouldn't go to dinner with them.
Even going out to dinner, yes.
Not even dinner. None of that stuff, because you're giving it doesn't matter what you're saying with your mouth.
Kind of the wrong signals
there.
Your
action is what matters, you know? So you have to be very cautious if you're in a relationship, and you don't give people the wrong impression. Now, the benefit for women is huge to have male friends, because what you said earlier, they can relax. They're not going to get into a 2-hour conversation about this guy that's an idiot, that dumped her, that blah, blah, blah. They're not going to go there with a guy. They're going to talk about topics that they may not broach with other women. So there's really a win-win if you're smart about it.
And you say that, you know, maybe early on, share that person, introduce them to your partner early on.
Oh, I'm so glad you brought this up. This is crucial. If you have a male friend and you're a woman, or you have a female friend and you're a guy and you're both in serious relationships, what you want to do is you want to talk openly to your husband or wife, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, is that, you know what, there's this really cool guy, Mark, I want you to meet him. Like, you want to, if there's a friendship between you and them, you want to introduce them to your partner as soon as possible.
Okay.
Because otherwise, there's going to be just natural insecurity, jealousy, and wondering from our partners.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah, like, why are you talking so much about this guy? You know, why are you talking so much
Yes.
about this girl? This doesn't feel right, you know? And so what we want to do is say, I want you to meet him. So let's all go, no alcohol. Again, I'm going to say no alcohol. You know, let's just go have breakfast or lunch, and I just want you to meet him and you know, see what he's like. You'll see he's harmless. Honey, I'm with you. The other thing is that if you go down that road, we have to constantly reinforce to your partner, listen, honey, you know I'm with you. He is just different, she is just different, and I think that you'll really like them.
And then, like we said before, kind of be able to identify when it is a threat. If it does become something more than that, certainly work with a professional, someone like David, who can maybe talk you through that and help you guys out with the relationship. You are offering a 10-week class on love and relationships. You can go online or in person. Explain how that works, David.
Yeah, this is wonderful, Stephanie. You know, for a lot of people, even if they live in the area, they don't have the time to drive to my office, which is right in Fort Myers. So we say to them, join us from the comfort of your home. If you don't have the time to drive in, come and be part of one of our 10-week workshops, or work with me one-on-one. If there's like a really intimate issue that you want to work with, you know, we work with you one-on-one, even locally, if you don't come to the office from the comfort of your home.
I love that. You're so flexible. You work with everybody. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
If you would like more on David Essel and his programs, check out his website. It's talkdavid.com. You can learn so much by going online. Again, talkdavid.com. And then, of course, we are going to have all of this information, everything we talked about, love, relationships, so much more, posted online to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
Happily ever after again. Up next, what single women need to know when entering a relationship after a divorce or the loss of a spouse. Stay with us.